Dear students, today's topic social, economic and educational rights movement. As a continuous part of the historical evolution of concept of human rights in India, this chapter analyzes on social, economic and educational rights movement in India during freedom movement. Main focus of the study is to accentuate number 1, conceptual background, social, economic and educational rights. Number 2, foundations of social, economic and educational rights. Number 3, social, economic and educational rights movement. Number 4, Gandhi's stewardship and turning point of the movement. Number 5, state of social, economic and educational rights during constitution making. Introduction. All individuals are not equal and they have individual differences of all kinds. Everyone is a member of the society, as such enjoy right to social security. As we know, certain rights are necessary for a decent life. Further, such rights are classified into different categories. Of these, social, economic and educational rights are also guaranteed. These are entitlement to the individual, namely the state, in order to eradicate social inequality, economic imbalance and to limit disadvantages posed by nature and otherwise. Conceptual background of the social, economic and educational rights. Since the notion of social refers to happiness or welfare, the concept of social, economic and educational rights are for the betterment of the society in general and for individual in particular. The social rights thrives not on the non-interference of the state, but on the positive contribution of the society. It involves a large extent of social control over the economic activities of individuals. The social, economic and educational rights are indispensable for development of personality and dignity. All the individuals have economic rights in the sense that it is their freedom to choose their occupation, profession according to what they prefer. As a consequence, some more fundamental rights were recognized. These rights may be termed as social, economic, fundamental rights. It includes right to work, right to social security, right to equal pay for equal work, right to leisure, right to protection of motherhood and childhood, right to education, right to strike, right to trade union, right to marriage and family, right to maternity benefit, right to minimum standard of living, etc. Through ages, education is regarded as a means of equality and a potential instrument for social change. An individual can improve to the maximum mainly through education. Importance of education thus cannot be overestimated, and it has been rightly emphasized for development for the child. Right to education has therefore been guaranteed to every child. educational rights movement in India, it is believed that the 19th century initiated process of transformation in the religious, social, economic, political and cultural spheres. The impact of the British Empire influenced transformation in overall development in India, affecting not only society as a whole but also the traditional pattern of life. The history of peasant movement in India can be traced back to colonial period, when the issues may be analyzed under the following three aspects, like social aspects, economics and educational aspects. The first one, social aspect. Many leaders felt serious on the matter of social evils and the vulnerability of women and children, that they should be given educational right, which is very necessary for eradication of social evils. Raja Raman Roy made effort to eradicate sati and child marriage, which promoted societal violence against women in the name of religion. He advocated equal rights of women, including the right of widows to marry and the right of women to property. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar also fought against all odds and obstructions, including hostile social resistance, and dedicated himself to the cause of women emancipation. The next one, economic aspect. The main source of income for the people in the ancient India was agriculture. The colonial era of India brought a considerable change in the process of taxation from the revenue taxes to the property taxes, which resulted in large-scale economic breakdown. In fact, a number of industries like the Indian handicrafts industry suffer huge losses. Indian nationalists advocated for the Swadeshi movement, in which the British products were boycotted. Indeed, opposition to colonial rule in early years came from the peasants, laborers, and the weaker sections of the society. The deliberate destruction of Indian manufactures and handicrafts aggravated agrarian misery and economic discontent. All these factors led to local resistance in different parts of the country, which was basically united in its opposition to the British rule. Educational aspect. The British colonial administration brought a constellation which constituted a challenge to the new intellectuals. Swami Dayananda was the person who took significant role in India on the movement of the reawakening. He was aware that without imparting free and compulsory education, it was impossible to revive the glory of India. Swami stated that Both state and the society should make it compulsory upon all to send their children, both male and female, to school after the 5th or 8th year. He established several pathshalas, that means school, and the Kanya pathshalas, girls' school, at Meerut. Not only Arya Samaj ran over 500 educational institutions throughout India during 1886 to 1918. These institutions were the first to include the idea of Swadeshi in their educational program. The next, Gandhi's stewardship and the turning point of the movement. In the year 1905, freedom movement took a crucial turn with the division of Bengal. In relating to the social, economic and educational right, no one can ignore the innate value of the freedom struggle that used even the laymen of India. Swadeshi movement was a successful economic strategy to remove the colonial rule from power and improve economic conditions in India through Swadeshi. Gandhiji had taken over the stewardship of the Congress after his return from South Africa. He too aware certain factors of economic trouble due to hike in prices and oppressive taxation accentuated the hardship of the people. Thousands of peasants in UP and the Bengal responded to the call of non-cooperation. He made effort for Hindu-Muslim unity and to eradicate social discrimination like untouchability and for upliftment of social status for women in the country. The people were asked to boycott government educational institutions, law courts and the legislature. Time, social, economic and educational rights had a great impact that many higher educational institutions were also established.